Hello guys, back again with me Haga. We are gonna continue playing AI Somnium files today. We finished the first route. We finished the Ota route yesterday. And I'm gonna play the second route now. I still haven't choose which I'm gonna do. Not that I know which route is which. Okay, load. Auto route and this. Okay, we finished this one. And we got a new clue by doing that. Which is the knife, the floral knife that in the scene is actually bought by Iris. At the time when Date is hit with walk by Ota, the Ota mother actually show up with a knife in her hand, but Iris grab it and hide it from Ota. After that, Ota and Iris go out using the car, and Ota mother follow them. Which is kinda strange, because when Ota and Iris in the first place, I forget what his name, the first parking lot, the van with Iris inside is go away. Maybe Iris drive itself, or maybe there's somebody else who drive it. And Ota theft car in there and follow the van. Well, Ota mother is using taxi to follow them. So yeah, there's might be a third person in here. Anyway, there is actually a new victim in this route. It's the Sojima, the politician. He is cut into pieces and his left eye also gone. And oh yeah, there's also a new clue, which is Shoko left eye is in what's his name, in Mizuki father stomach, which is strange. I don't know why. We still don't know why the culprit put Shoko eye into Mizuki father. I forget his name. Anyway, I'm going to do. Let's try this route. This is the last one. This is Ota route. Begin sync. Start sync of day 4. Just checking if it's working. If my OBS is working. Okay.
Can you please take me with you? As long as I have Wi-Fi, I don't need anything else.
Sorry, we can't have pets.
Cold-hearted old man.
Okay, so
Is this a cold storage warehouse?
yeah, this
Seems
is
to
the place where
Not a
Iris
manga
is
cafe?
kidnapped.
Or a
Kidnapped.
otaku shop?
No, but a warehouse is a commonly used location in live-action dramas.
You know a lot.
Predicting this, I did some research on Ota's taste.
I see. By the way, are you smaller?
Either that, or everything else is bigger. Interesting.
Hey, that's... Iris is about to be...
Stop right there! The heavens call. The earth cries out. The crowds roar. All calling on me to strike back against evil. Hold on, Tessa. I will save you. Yeah! I will protect Tessa.
Is this from the stream we saw earlier?
This is Ota's memory of it. It appears to be a bit exaggerated.
Alright, let's help reproduce the memory.
Somnium scan! Activate!
Okay, one is the eyes, then this. Wait, it's different? Or maybe not. Sensing in the swain.
Curse you, polar bear! I will vanquish you! But if I
That's
rush in,
it.
I'll slip on the ice and fall! Like this. Wah! Damn it! If I go in like that, I'll have nothing to show for it! All of it amounts to nothing. What will I do?
I don't know what that was exactly, but the knowledge you gained might be useful.
I did not want to use my local storage space for this.
Okay, this is the first mental lock. Still haven't branched yet. Look at how many for this.
The ice on the floor is slick.
Each is 100. So yeah, the first thing we need to do is this.
Iris is on the platform.
We need each of this. It's you? Yes?
Tessa's catchphrase.
Yeah, if anything is gonna make her react, it's that.
All right. Ears!
Head said, head, A said!
No, not you!
This will probably not help wake Iris.
Okay, this one. At least it's working
Iris is on the
for him.
platform.
Okay, wake her.
Iris! Hey! Are you okay? Tessa!
Guess she's not waking up.
Yep, that's not work. Now the last time. Blasting
Iris is on the
phase.
platform.
Use 110. What? Shouldn't they add more? This is used to be 1.
This is an ice cold one.
Just throw it.
Yeah!
No good, huh?
I believe that Ota has to be the hero of this story.
And he needs a little more motivation.
Okay, now we're done with that. First, we need to do
The
this.
ice on the floor is slick.
happen if I do the other? I never try the other. I know this is the answer. The slide is the answer. But I never try the other one. Let's try. I down first. Okay. Wait. It works?
Cowabunga! Did my body temperature melt the ice?
Iba, how hot are you?
Ooh.
Those who don't fight won't survive! Ah!
Ice remove. I thought there's only one way to do each other. Is the slide a secret way?
Damn! He's too strong!
Because that sure is more
This is
funny
war after
than
all.
just sleep in that. More funnier. Funnier, more funny.
May the glory of victory be yours!
It's over.
I suppose we have no choice but to find the glory of victory.
Okay. We've done the A route. Now I need the B route. Go to the red shelf. That one. Which means I need to do something with these two.
Agent Date, you've got 5 minutes.
Okay, wait a second. I'll drum?
An oil drum. Though it is lying down.
Roll, feel, smell. How about roll? Well, it's working. Wait. It's acetone.
Acetone? Acet? What is this?
What is that? Oh my god.
No, I don't want to die! I eventually stopped thinking.
Okay. Oh, damn.
That's Tessa! Stand your ground! Odomatsu Shida cowers to no one!
Okay, we unlock the B route. Turn the letter A on the drum.
I have to fight back with something!
Okay, counterattack, ignite, turn on the electricity. What happened in here?
A plate attached to the shelf. The cold has frosted over it.
You can do breath on that. Well, this also work.
D.
Yeah, D's don't really do it for me. They have to be at least an F.
There is no end to your desire.
Now back to work.
There seems to be nothing here.
If you don't know, you don't need to know. It's better if you don't know. Okay, the thing is just this. Wait. This is a new one. Turn on.
It appears to be a power panel.
Okay. Throw something. Jump. Pray. Let's use this. Let's try throw something.
This is an ice cold one.
Again.
Iba, aim for the switch.
Position target in the center and hit the
Oh my
switch. Position target in the center and hit the switch.
It works. It actually worked. Turn on the power.
Now it will move! I can't stand. I'm weak.
What
Did
are
he
you
really
doing?
help Iris like that?
Regardless of the truth, right now, I am Ota's last hope. I have to help him up.
Okay.
This is annoying.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
Final episode. Brave hero. True identity revealed? Wait. This will swing into him. Or her. Maybe we can see the one inside that.
Ota looks frightened. He cannot stand.
Okay, I think that's the last. What is remote control?
A remote control. It fell when Ota ran into the shelf.
Break? Let's try investigate first.
This remote control is for the crane.
You can move the crane with it?
There.
A remote control.
Is this a new thing? Let's try break it. Let's try break it. Seriously?
I was stupid. So stupid.
Don't blame yourself.
No, it has to be this way.
I see.
I see.
You have 3 minutes, Date.
Okay, wait a second.
A remote control.
Press button. Well, we can do this.
Here it goes. I hear some sounds, but no response. I'm not sure I should press it. Ota might need to.
Yeah, Ota.
Geez, so I need to give you.
Ota looks frightened. He cannot stand.
Cheer? Let's try cheer.
Ota will feel the worth of Iris's peace when he grasps it.
The ghost inside me whispered. That's right. I can't run away now. I can't sacrifice Tessa. Awaken the soul!
Okay, who put the damn crane in there? Seriously?
Maybe this!
Keep going that way. This wheel broken. Or not? Ooh! Ow! How? Damn. Who's in there?
Date, you've hit the limit. Time's up.
Wait, what?
I can almost make out their face!
Pewter, force shutdown.
Stop! Stop it!
Wait. That's mean Iris is not the one. There's somebody else. Somebody else that has to like hurts. But I think we still haven't known someone like that. Day 4, Monday. Shogai.
What were you thinking? You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes. Any longer and you risk getting your mind completely taken over by the subject.
I know.
No, you clearly don't. This isn't just about you, Date. If your consciousness erodes inside of Somnium, you put the subject in danger as well.
If I may? Fortunately, there were no abnormalities detected in the brainwaves after the sync.
Whew.
Date and Ota both read normal. Although, the timing was really close.
What was I supposed to do? You saw it, boss. You too, Pewter. I was about to see the culprit's face.
Not necessarily. We need to verify that Ota did in fact see the culprit's face. That's the only way it could have ended up in his Somnium.
Well, Ota,
Huh?
you saw the killer's face at the warehouse, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see their face. If I did, I would have told you guys already.
There?
You see?
I mean, I did try to get a look at them when the polar bear fell over. They looked like they were knocked out, so I tried to grab the head part. But as soon as I did, I got stabbed in my gut.
That is what we witnessed in his Somnium.
Yeah.
So we still haven't still haven't know the face. Damn it. Different string of character and numbers continue to scroll on the monitor.
Date, look! That haunted girl is crawling out of the well.
Oh damn.
Well, why not give knife hunting a whirl?
Are you glitching out or something?
I know the first one. That is. I forget. Is the ring the Japanese version or the West version? But I don't know about the knife hunting part. Knife hunting reference. Still self. I open it up. Stuff with mysterious mushroom? Boss look more upset than angry right now. Offer genuine apology.
I know it was dangerous to sink past the time limit. That was my fault, and I'm sorry.
Are you really sorry?
Yes.
Half?
Then you owe me some Dom P at my favorite club in Kabukicho. Or you can lick my shoes.
Oh
Either or.
damn. I vowed to never apologize for anything ever again.
I wish I could climb up on that table and fly around the world on it with Tessa.
What kind of fantasy is that?
Yeah, what kind of fantasy is that? The weirdest fantasy I have is I destroy the world. Anyway, monitor off. Monitor is turned off. Okay. Is there anything else? Chair. Sing machine. Binder. A pewter? Look, pewter is calm as usual. Both my brainwave and Ota.
It's all right. As I mentioned earlier, both your brainwaves are normal. However, I'm sure there was some overload. You should go home and get some rest.
Ota, look. After the sing, Ota changed into his usual clothes. He looks tired, sitting on the chair. How are you feeling?
I've been better. I'm still a little drowsy.
What about your stab wound?
My what? Oh! Oh, it hurts. It started acting up suddenly. Ow! It's because you grabbed me and forced me to come here, Date!
Don't blame me, that was Boss.
I'll sue you for this!
Oh, come on.
Or, how about this? Get me one of the straws Tessa used, and I won't sue you.
Okay.
I see Ota is back to his healthy self.
Guess so.
So it changed from recorder to straw. Wow. Why were you hiding the knife in your room?
Because I was scared.
Scared?
The killer could come here to finish the job.
But you didn't get a good look at their face, right?
But they don't know that. I had it prepared just in case.
Where
You know what
did
I'm talking
you
about,
even
right,
get
Date?
that?
Preparing in advance in case you might need it. Like making sure your room is nice and clean before you go to a party.
Why?
Oh, sorry. You probably don't have any experience with that.
Oh damn.
I have more experience than you.
Damn, Ota. Damn you. About the hook and the polar bear leg.
Ota, let me ask you something. When you were fighting the polar bear back at the warehouse, did the crane hook get stuck on the polar bear's leg?
Now that you mention it, maybe it did.
Maybe?
It's like I told you. I don't really remember much. With all the tension and excitement and fear and adrenaline, my mind just went blank. But now that we're talking about it, I remember. Yeah, no doubt about it. The crane hook got stuck on the polar bear's left leg. And then, when the hook got pulled out, blood sprayed all over.
Then why we don't see
Date,
any
I
blood?
checked all of the hospitals in the metropolitan area. None have a record of a patient admitted after 3 a.m. with a wound to the left leg.
If what I saw in Somnium is how it happened in real life, that was a deep wound. He definitely would have needed first aid.
Perhaps a friend or accomplice helped them.
You think there are multiple killers?
That is not what I said. They may have helped the culprit, but not necessarily been involved in the crimes.
Okay. I relate the information to Boss and Pewter.
So we know that the culprit has a deep wound on their left leg. That information could be crucial in catching them.
Date,
Yes.
get out there. Look for people with an injured left leg.
How exactly?
Can't you just go ask around or something?
Are you serious? Do you know how many people live in this city?
Wait. What happened?
What?
Date, what is the matter?
Date!
Are you alright?
It's scary when you collapse and your eye moving like that. Day 5, Tuesday. Says I? Data residence Tuesday 8:02 a.m.
Hey, this is
Oh, you're alive.
Damn.
Suki? What happened?
You drank too much at the club and passed out.
Liar. I remember everything until I collapsed in the control room.
You did something dangerous during the sink last night, didn't you? Your brain got overloaded and you passed out. That's what Pewter and Boss said.
You met them?
They brought you over. They said to let you sleep it off because you were tired from the investigation.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I wonder why speaker is actually hollow. Isn't this where the sound comes out? I understand if this part, the subwoofer part, is hollow, but why most of this box is hollow? Is the sound actually better because it's hollow? I don't know. Audio equipment for audio file. Wow, he have a lot of audio equipment. This cassette player, DVD player. This is the I forget what, gramophone. This is video. Corkboard. There's a corkboard on the wall. Computer. A cabinet. Webcam. Desk. Large window. Bench press. Armchair. No table. Mizuki bed. I think that's all. Look, Mizuki is sitting on the edge of the bed. Don't you have school?
I'm off today.
Why? Today is Tuesday, you should have school.
You really can be an insensitive jerk, can't you? I'm taking the day off for mourning.
Wait, morning. Oh yeah, I just realized this
I
is in
see.
1 week time. Where's Ota?
He probably went back to the hospital.
Boss told Mizuki about Ota being synced,
Okay.
and about what happened at the cold storage warehouse.
Okay.
Why did she tell her all that?
Mizuki was asking about the status of the investigation. The girl has lost both her parents. I am sure Boss felt that she deserved to know.
Yeah, and she will be afraid to lose the third one. Did Boss and Pewter say anything?
Oh, Date's brain is rotting away. He won't last long now. You should probably prepare for a funeral soon.
So they told you I'm completely fine, huh?
I detect no noticeable damage to your brain. You should not have any issue continuing the investigation.
Good. Time to get back to the investigation.
Hey, will you take me with you?
I told you yesterday, Mizuki. I won't put you in danger like that.
But you're close to catching the culprit, right? The killer has an injury on their left leg. Boss said you need to find them. Let me help you.
Yep.
No, you stay here.
Date, don't you know how I feel? My parents are dead. I saw their bodies with my own eyes. If I don't do something, I'm going to go crazy. Date, please.
I don't know if bring her is actually the correct way, correct choice, or it's better if... Yeah? I might think about it. Now that I think about it, I think it's better if we bring Mizuki. If we left Mizuki alone, she will find the culprit. She will try to find the culprit alone. And that is dangerous. Mizuki is crying. Mizuki.
Date, consider Mizuki's feelings. She is lonely. Mizuki has not been with Renju and Shoko for 4 years. But clearly, she still feels a bond to them. A bond that was broken by the murderer. With her parents gone, Mizuki has almost no one. She can only depend on one person now. You know to whom I am referring.
Okay. Tell Mizuki that you'll take her with you.
Fine, let's go.
You're gonna take me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Date.
You're welcome. I got up, grabbed the towel from the sink and tossed it at Mizuki.
Here, wipe your tears. We're heading out.
Mizuki quickly dabbed her eyes with the towel and smiled weakly.
Date, I must admit I am at a disadvantage. The clue that the culprit is injured on their left leg does not help me narrow down suspects significantly.
We need to revisit the scene. It's possible that we might find the culprit at one of the crime scenes.
Or ask around the city for further information.
Okay. Oh, damn, there's a lot of place. Let's try with this one. Cold storage warehouse. If the culprit is bleeding, we will find his blood in the scene. And I hope we can take a blood sample in there.
This is where Iris and Ota almost got killed, right?
Yes.
Gives me goosebumps.
You scared? That's rare. You need to chill.
You need to get better jokes.
Oh, I understand. Chill, meaning both cold and relax. A pun intended.
Don't explain it, it's embarrassing.
Okay, Mizuki? Look, Mizuki is hunching her shoulder from the cold. Are you cold?
Could I have your jacket? Oh,
Yes.
wait. Never mind. That jacket probably hasn't been washed in years.
Who said I'd give it to you anyway? Don't disregard good intentions so casually.
Mizuki is a quick thinker. You are her father figure now. You should praise her so she matures.
I don't want her to mature. She's trouble enough as it is.
Okay. Have you been here before?
Huh? What do you mean?
This is Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I know you said Renju doesn't own it or anything, but I thought maybe you might have seen it before.
No, not at all.
Really?
Yes, stop being annoying. Why would I lie about that?
Okay. Anything on your mind?
The polar bear. Where did he hurt his leg? He did get hurt, right?
Yes.
The boss lady said so.
The crane hook got stuck on the polar bear's left leg. And then, when the hook got pulled out, blood sprayed all over.
Yeah, the blood spray all over.
That's right. The polar bear must have been bleeding badly at this warehouse.
Where is the
That
blood?
means
This? Any leads?
No, not so far.
Do you like your line of work?
Well, I don't dislike it. Of course, depending on the case, sometimes it does get pretty discouraging. But that just makes the job all the more important, right? It means it really makes a difference in the world.
you're a great guy.
You should learn from him.
Do you know why I do this job? What keeps me going?
What?
I heard you became a cop so you could steal underwear from the gym and not get in trouble.
Who told you that?
Wow.
I'll show them trouble.
Date? You really did that? Oh, damn. Great job. So guys, if you want to steal underwear and not being in trouble, you should become a police. Or not. Okay. We see each other a lot.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe in a previous life we...
Taro. You must be Taro, right?
No, I'm not Taro.
This warehouse not in use. Cardboard box.
What would happen if I put you in that box and then dropped a 5-ton weight on it?
I'd die, obviously. Well, you couldn't fit me in the box anyway.
Oh. I'll just cut you into pieces then.
Damn you. But the blood. Somewhere in the frozen warehouse is the polar bear blood. Or to be precise, the blood of the person in the polar bear costume. Maybe this is the blood.
Ota was down around here, right?
Correct.
The bloodstains there must belong to Ota.
Correct.
So this is the bear
No,
blood.
wait. That's where the polar bear's leg was pierced by the hook.
So it mixed with Ota blood.
Date, I've analyzed the blood.
Ooh,
The
wow.
bloodstain here is not from a single person.
Nice.
2 different blood types are present. One of them is most likely Ota's. The other...
Hey, do you have DNA forensics on that blood stain?
Of course, yeah. I already sent it to the lab to be analyzed. I'm just waiting to hear back.
Why are you waiting?
Because that blood is from Ota Matsushida's wound, right? I didn't think there was any need to rush the results.
Tell them we need it analyzed urgently. Highest priority. The culprit's blood is mixed with Ota's.
Yes, sir. Understood.
You did it, Date. We're making progress.
Nice.
If this goes well, we can identify the criminal with a single test.
Yep.
But it might take some time for the results to come out. No point waiting here. We might as well check somewhere else.
Got it.
Where else we should go?
I could cut you to pieces with that.
Mizuki? You okay? Don't see anything special with that. Stop. Equipment? Well, drum. Yeah, it move. Depend of choice in the sink. Can do anything in there. Wait, there should be also blood in here, in the crane. Anyway, let's move to other place. Wait, marble, central hospital, sunfish pocket, family cat, Ikume? Let's try marble first. We can ask Mama for information.
So that's the situation.
I see. Someone with an injured left leg, huh?
Yes. Counter.
Hey, Date. You remind me of bar stools sometimes. The stool part, anyway.
Stool. As in poo.
I see that Mizuki is still capable of being childish at times.
Damn you. Saint Sebastian.
Hey, Date. I see caprese on the blackboard. What is that?
It's a portmanteau for couples are crazy.
It's a kind of salad.
Okay, you also childish, Date. Poster on the wall. 12 Angry Bullet. I wonder what that is. Is that a reference to something? Mizuki seemed to be a bit nervous, just like last time. Still not used to Mama.
No, I am.
You sure? You still look a little scared.
A little.
Wah!
Haha, scaredy cat.
Laughing at me.
Yeah, because it was funny.
I'm going to expose your browser history.
Oh damn.
What?
No.
7 ways to take home a cabaret girl. 3 minutes with a married woman.
Stop, stop! I'm sorry.
What's in the backpack?
Hey, Mizuki, what's inside that backpack you always have on you?
Why?
I'm just curious.
Well, water, dehydrated bread, chocolate, biscuits, a flashlight, a hand charger, Swiss Army knife, a candle, matches, triangular badges, a first aid kit, whistle, portable toilet, a plastic bag, duct tape, a grenade, a magnet,
Grenade?
disposable hand warmers.
Do you have an entire disaster relief kit in your bag?
Better safe than sorry. I'm ready for anything.
Perhaps I misheard, but wasn't there an illegal item in there?
Right, the Swiss Army knife. I'll look the other way.
That's the illegal. Oh damn. Oh, by the way, her face is cute when she's smiling. Do you have a problem with gay people?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I see gay people on TV all the time, so it's not weird to me. The LGBT community is rich in sensibility, has excellent taste, and is full of talented artistic people.
Nice.
And they share a common struggle. It makes them more sensitive and capable of sympathy. That's why so many of them are kind and caring. And they choose how to live their lives on their own terms. It means they have a strong backbone. So because of all that, I really respect them. They're even kind of cool. And that means you too, Mama.
Oh, I love it! Bravo! 6 million yen to you!
You can transfer it to my account.
What else? Counter? Okay. Mama, look. Wait, what did I choose? Know anything about new Cyclops serial killing?
Looked into it, but I still don't have anything useful for you. The case is still as fresh as a young man's juices.
What does that mean?
You don't want to know.
I have no idea.
You really don't want to know. About Mizuki.
I never got to tell you, but I think she's very cute. I could just eat her up.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. I only really want to eat men. Date, what are you making me say?
You said that on your own.
Oh, come on. Isn't a gentleman supposed to cover for a lady's slip of the tongue?
Who is the lady Mama is referring to?
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me to. Don't ask me to.
Hey, Date, are you ever gonna eat those leftovers you're keeping in the fridge?
I'll get to it. Shut up.
How long he keep food in refrigerator? About the culprit with injured leg.
Sorry, no idea.
Damn. I thought you, of all people, would know something.
I am an informant, but really dangerous information doesn't just come rolling in here. But I promise, I'll keep my eye out for anything.
Please do.
And if I find something, you have to take a
Yes?
bath with me.
Oh damn.
Absolutely not.
Oh, why not?
Because you take up all the hot water.
That's your issue?
I promise I won't. I'll even take the costume off.
It's
What
a costume?
Mm-hmm. And I look good without it.
Damn, that's scary. That is so scary. Time to go.
Thanks for the chat, Mama.
Oh, leaving already?
I have an investigation to finish, but I'll be back.
You are so impatient, even though you take your time in bed.
Don't say
Oh
things like that.
damn.
In bed? What does that mean?
You don't need to know. Let's go.
Mama is polishing the bonito as she does. What else? Let's try Central Hospital. Maybe we will found a clue about someone who hurt his leg.
Mizuki! And Date.
Ota, are you okay?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I don't want to get in your way. I should head home before I cause any more trouble.
No, not at all. You're fine right here.
No, really, I should go. I'm sure that he has more fun with his friends than with me. So...
Okay. Mayumi quickly shuffled out of the room.
Thanks, Mizuki.
Huh?
You came to visit me, right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
It would be awkward to admit we are only here for the investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. About Ota.
I heard that you fought off the killer and saved Iris. That's so cool, Ota. You have a wound of honor.
No, not really. Well, I guess a little. Calling me a hero. It's kind of embarrassing.
I didn't call you a hero.
It is a good thing Iris was saved, but he's still irritating.
Even more irritating than seeing cosplay in public.
Green text.
I know this is sudden, but I'm brave and smart and handsome, right?
I will chide you on your labels.
A bedside table.
Hey, Date. I've got this video of a lady cleaning a jumbo jet. Wanna watch?
I'm not gonna watch your videos with you, Ota.
What else? Window? This is empty. Monitor. Curtain. Cupboard. That's it. Mizuki. About Iris.
Have you heard about Iris? The nurse was talking about her a minute ago.
That she's still in the ICU? Yeah. Apparently the surgery went well, but she hasn't woken up yet.
Hey, Ota. Next time we should fold 1,000 paper cranes. To wish that Iris will get better.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry for that. Bed.
When will the day come when Iris is sleeping beside me?
My guess is never.
My guess is also never. Mizuki, okay, Ota. How are you?
Forget me. Are you okay? You passed out last night.
Yeah, I'm fine. I feel much better after a good night's sleep.
It sounded like you were having a nightmare. You kept moaning something about Reika. Reika.
Who is Reika?
Seriously?
Seriously.
Who is Reika? Have you remembered anything?
No, just what I told you yesterday.
All right. You know, if you weren't in the hospital, I would slap you upside the head so hard you start remembering things again.
Like shock therapy?
Whoa, old school. I thought Abyss was more future tech than that.
We are, but if it ain't broke, you can learn a lot from the past.
I see. Maybe you should hit him.
No, no way.
Ota's pretty energetic for being in bed all day.
He's the type that gets annoying around women.
Okay. About the investigation.
So, we still don't know who the culprit is?
If you remember anything at all, please, tell me.
Well, maybe that all depends.
Depend on what?
If you could get me, say, Tessa's toothbrush, it might
Oh my
jog my
God.
memory.
Are you really gonna do this in front of Mizuki?
It's fine. Mizuki proofreads the light novels I write. I'm sure she's used to it by now.
What are you making her read?
Lots of things, like...
Wait, Mizuki, you don't have to tell him!
What did you make her read? Anyway, time to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Wait, you two just got here!
It's okay. We saw you. Now we can go.
We already have Ota's testimony. it is unlikely he has any further useful information.
Right.
Where to now, Date?
Let's see.
Where to go now? Lemniscate? Let's go Lemniscate first. I want to keep safe the crime scene later. Okay, what's in here? Okay, she is here.
What's that sofa stuffed with?
Sofa stuffing.
Okay.
Date, look at that! It's a Hercules beetle. Yay!
Again?
Hercules beetle!
There's a lot of bug in here.
Wait, why is that even here?
Magazine rack. Lot of magazine in that rack.
Special. Underground horse racing bets to win big. I'll take that one home with me next time.
Okay. A fan machine, high table, high stool. By the way, a stool is a chair that has no or a very small backrest. There's probably an office back there. Promotional video of the agency talent are playing.
Oh, it's Payasi Samba.
Oh yes, Payasi's Samba.
I don't know who that is. How many idol in here? This, I swear if the name change again.
Oh, I asked someone about that earlier. It's like lionfish and shag carpet or something.
Damn, it's changed again. What is this painting name? Reception desk. Receptionist. Look. Why it
No,
changed into the left
sorry.
one?
But I did see a guy who had legs like a horsehair crab.
What? Sounds horrifying.
Look. It's my favorite receptionist. By the way, what's your cup size?
Oh, 2.
Well, of course it would be 2 cups.
3 cups would be a nightmare.
Date, why are you asking that?
Because I want to know. I want to touch your too big.
Oh, this is embarrassing. But okay.
Seriously? Really?
Yeah?
I sprint to the desk. Then she sealed her mouth shut tight and puffed out her cheek. I poked them with the tip of my finger. They were surprisingly soft.
Date, what are you doing?
Sorry, what?
Does this have anything to do with the investigation?
Yes.
No.
Mizuki punched me in the gut and dragged me back to where I was. Let's go to Atami together.
Huh?
What?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Let's go to Atami together.
I'm putting the investigation on hold. I'm going to Atami with her. I've made up my mind. You can't stop me.
Side effects of the medication. This is acute brain failure.
What did they give to... What medication he have? Let's go to Atami together.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Date, you're being annoying again.
Do you know how angry I can get, Date?
No?
Let's go to Atami.
Okay.
I took her hand and led her out of Lemniscate. I left Aiba behind. Seriously? Wow! Thus conclude the case of the new Cyclops serial killer. Goodbye, police officer life. Hello, Atami Shizuoka. I decided to begin life anew as a carnival worker in the hot spring town. The end. Fin! Nice! We finished the second road. Are we? Would you like to save? Yes? Cool. Me and my girlfriend Atami Road and... Nice, we finished the second road. There are still mystery left unsolved. The real culprit, the incident 6 years ago, and that is past. Story branching point are in Somnia. Use the flowchart to jump to a branching point in a Somnium. It may be hidden somewhere in the dream world. Find a new way forward. Reopen invest. What is the difference between begin and reopen? Let's try reopen. Remove. Conversion cost storage talent agency. This one. Start investigation talent agency. Lemniscate. Proceed. Wow, what a boring end. I was hoping for human exterminatus. Anyway, hello, how's your day? I'm fine. It's a funny game. And it's a happy ending, which is nice. We still have a lot of mystery yet. Anyway. Okay, we going back in here again. I'm gonna skip everything. Okay, this is done again. Let's go automate together. That is the end. About the person with injured leg.
Mizuki, could you go to the office? Ask them if they've seen anyone with an injured left leg.
Got it.
Mizuki ran into the office. After a while, she returned dejected.
Looks like it didn't go well.
No.
Well, take over world and make other do all work is good. It's the best. It's the best route. Okay, there's no one in there. Do you have any memories of Renju here?
Sometimes we would talk when I came over to hang out.
What kind of things did you talk about?
Nothing special. The usual.
The usual?
Are you doing well? Have you been eating right?
Ah, so that's the usual.
Oh, by the way, we know Renju work here. But where is Soko? Where is Soko work? And I don't think I ever seen Mizuki go to where Soko work. Never shown in here. Okay, let's check out Renju office.
Good idea. You might find something important in there.
Mizuki and I investigate Renju office, but I didn't find anything that could be a clue.
Damn, no hits.
Do not be discouraged. Bad days and sore feet are part of the job.
Time to earn my paycheck, I guess.
Okay. Where is next? Let's try the shrine. Okay, is there anything we could find in here?
Huh? Why are we at the shrine? Did you come here to pray that you find the criminal?
No, I don't believe in God.
Wow, how edgy teen of you.
Don't call me a teen. You're 12.
Well, you said that you got the shoulders of a 40-year-old.
That's not even remotely similar.
So why are we really here?
I sometimes come here when an investigation stalls. It helps me think. Sometimes I even solve the case from here. This is a quiet, peaceful little spot in the middle of a violent city. It's calming. It keeps all of the bad thoughts away.
Didn't expect you to be such a poet.
You could at least call me a romantic.
Same thing.
They're not at all the same thing. It's the difference between someone who's frugal and someone who's cheap.
You're stubborn about weirdly specific things.
Can you punch her? No. Definitely no. If you punch her, I'm gonna punch you back. Mizuki is sweet, cute, but a tsundere character.
What does it say?
When riding on a train, people on opposite sides of the car doors shouldn't stare at each other. That's what it says.
That is definitely a lie.
Why is she rude? Well, she rude, but not rude enough to worth punch. Her cuteness is overload. Three, there's something else in here. Lantern. Guardian.
Why do these dog statues always have one with its mouth open and one with its mouth closed?
Good question. Maybe the one with his mouth open is going, ah, and the one with his mouth closed is going, Are you fake sleeping?
The and guardian dogs. Wow. What else in here? The Chozuya. Was for washing your belly button. Does she still believe that? Still believe that? There's no question about that. What else? The bell.
Mr. Bell?
Mrs. Bell.
I see you two are getting along well.
Okay, offering box.
Hey, Mizuki. Do you think you could fit your hand into the box there?
Hey, Date! Are you really a cop?
No? Maybe. A Shinto shrine. It looked rather solemn. Offering box. Yes, that's all. Time to talk about your training.
Coming here reminds me of when I trained you.
Yeah. It's been a while since we came here last.
I have nothing more to teach you. Let us see the results of your training.
Leave it to me!
Begin!
Damn!
How's that?
Wow.
Well, this is on you. Mizuki! Run for it!
Wait for me!
About the bullies.
By the way, whatever happened to those kids who bullied you?
Oh, did I not tell you?
No,
No?
you haven't said anything about it. I didn't want to pry.
They stopped bugging me as soon as I threatened to fight back. They targeted some other kids instead. They did terrible things. So
Don't tell me you.
I broke all their front
Oh,
teeth.
damn.
Jeez.
Hey, since we're here, let's go into the shrine.
I told you, I don't believe in that stuff.
Come on, come on!
Just destroy sacred place. Well, it's actually outside the shrine, so maybe it's okay. Let's hope so.
What did you ask for?
To leave this boring place as soon as possible. And you?
It's a secret. When you tell people your wish, it won't come true.
Then why did you ask me?
Because if your dream doesn't come true, mine is more likely to.
You're more crooked than a hernia.
Huh? Anyway, where to next?
Well, this two is the only thing left. We can go here. There's still the train station subway in here. Sunfish Pocket. Let's try here first. I visit Sunfish Pocket with Mizuki, where Ranju was killed. Once again, I look for any clues we might have missed.
I guess it was a waste of time.
Yeah, I didn't find any clues.
Do we? Alright then, wooden barrel, chair, table.
Ryugu water, 980 yen. 980 yen?
Yep.
For water?
Not just water, seawater.
You can't even drink it.
What else in here? Sunfish pocket. Store menu. Picture of maid on
Which one
display.
is your type, Date?
Where is this coming from?
Just tell me.
Well, let's see.
Wow, you're really thinking about it? Disgusting.
You asked.
Wow. Wow. Okay, the surveillance camera. This place in second floor. There's nothing at the window, the doorway. Picture of maid on display. If I had to pick one, I say the second one from the left on the top row is my type. This one? Of course, it came down to it, I won't say no to any of them. Why can't I zoom? I want to see this one. Wait, I see a green text near here. Is that all? I guess. Can you think of anything?
Not really.
I'm sorry for being you here.
Because this is where Daddy's corpse was? I told you before, it's fine. I was the one who said I wanted to come with you, so...
Okay. Let's get going.
Yeah. Nothing we can do here.
Okay, the last place is Bloom Park, where the first crime scene. Bloom Park, Tuesday.
I remember telling you before. That Bloom Park is an important part of my memories. Before it shut down, I came here a lot with Daddy and Mom. They fought a lot. But sometimes they got along. Whenever we were here, it was one of those sometimes days. I remember it clearly. I was just a little girl, but it was so rare to see them laughing together. That's why I remember it so well. I remember riding the merry-go-round like this. Mom was standing right next to me. She was holding me, so I wouldn't fall.
Okay. Last Friday, I found Mizuki inside the central column. Merry-go-round horse control room. Secured horse. Barrier again. Parasol. Where's the panda? Maybe we can see it from here. Roof. Mizuki, look. Mizuki is riding the merry-go-round horse. Where was Renju when you were on the horse?
Daddy was on the outside taking pictures of me and Mom. He was on the other side of the fence with an old camera. Every time we passed in front of him, Mom and I would wave our hands. We sound like a happy family, huh?
He must have gotten good pictures.
No, actually. We
Wait.
tried developing them at the park, but they came out all blurry and out of focus. But Mom wasn't mad or upset or anything.
Yeah.
She just started laughing. That might have been the first And last time the three of us laughed out loud together.
Yeah, to take a picture in this fast-moving things, you need to raise or lower the shutter speed of camera a lot. Can we do that in digital camera? Or in old camera? I forget about old camera. I was taking in the past I was taking a picture with camera film, but I don't know if there is a setting to adjust shutter speed or anything else in that camera. It's just a simple one click camera without any zoom at all. It's a really old camera film. Camera film? Which one is the right one? Anyway, Mizuki, did you go on any other ride?
I couldn't get on many of them because I was so little. But I did ride the Ferris wheel. And the panda ride. They're kinda tame now, but at the time they were really fun. I was having so much fun, it felt wrong. Like it was too good to be true.
Okay, a metal ball. Have you come here before with friend?
Other than last Friday?
Yes.
Nope, I haven't. This place has been off limits for almost a decade. Even if it wasn't, I don't think I would want to come back here.
Why is that?
How can I explain it? I guess I just wanted to keep that memory beautiful. I didn't want to ruin it or replace it with another. But in the end, it was replaced with the worst memory possible.
Damn. Say nothing. I didn't say anything as Mizuki climbed down from the horse. Then she asked me something strange.
Hey Date,
Yes?
how do you define family?
Define it? You mean like being blood related?
That would mean you and I could never be family. Well, I guess that's okay.
It's okay.
This is what I
it's
think.
not.
A family is a perfectly ordinary relationship in the most ordinary way.
Huh?
Huh?
Like, you say, I'm home, and you get a welcome home back. Doing those ordinary things automatically, without even thinking about it, is what a family is. That's why maybe me and Mom and Daddy weren't able to be a family. Our whole lives, we never could be ordinary. Even if I tried my hardest to be normal, it would just be awkward. Eventually, I got tired of trying. I killed them.
What?
I killed Mom and Daddy.
No, you are not. What are you saying?
I was never a good girl. I didn't listen to Mom. I couldn't do ordinary things. That's why Mom hit me. And why Mom and Daddy didn't get along. And why they got divorced. Then Mom had to start working. And start doing business with dangerous people. If I was just a good girl, Mom wouldn't have been killed. All of this, is all my fault.
Wasn't she?
Hey, haven't you had enough?
Why me?
I'm not married, so take this with a grain of salt, but it's not just you, right? Doesn't every family have a tough time raising children?
Our child is abnormal.
Abnormal?
Ever since she was a baby, no child should cry at night as much as she did. No child should dislike buggy rides that much. No child should ask to be picked up and hugged all the time. She's still abnormal even now. Other children would have learned to clean up after themselves by now. They would be studying, going to bed on time, waking up on time. Yet why is my little girl?
She sounds like a normal kid to me. Maybe the problem isn't with Mizuki. Maybe it's you.
I'm doing more than anyone! Our child is stupid, brain dead, abnormal!
Date, honey, you can't work her up like that.
Wow. I wonder what happened with her. Oh, it's my turn. Why the green text always come again? And it always make all green text back. Maybe it's worse to make us, to give us more dialogue. Mama. Mama is polishing the bonito as usual. What do you think?
I think she's loaded. Let her get this off her chest.
Okay. You should scold her.
Hey, Shoko, no. There, I scolded her.
Okay. I'll take a drink.
Sure you aren't drinking too much, honey? If you pass out, there's no way I can control her.
Okay. Shoko is drunk. Where is Mizuki now?
Sleeping at home, not knowing that her mother is crying her eyes out because of her.
Listen to her. Listen to the rest of the story.
I quit my job for that girl. I threw away the career that I built with my own hands. I raised my child at the expense of my own life. But one little slap.
Are you hitting your kid?
There's nothing I can do. I have no choice. I know you should never raise your hand to a child. I know that. But I have a good reason. She doesn't listen to me, so what else am I supposed to do?
What the hell do you mean, what am I supposed to do? That's no reason to hit a child.
So of course she starts crying. And it's so irritating that I have to hit her again to get her to stop. And Mizuki cries and cries some more. Why are you crying? If you're gonna cry, why didn't you just listen to me in the first place? Then I wouldn't have to hit you. Stupid Mizuki. Stupid girl. It's not my fault. Everything is her fault.
Have you talked to Renju about this?
I'm trying. I'm trying harder than anyone. Why doesn't anyone see that? Why doesn't anyone understand?
Date.
Yeah, I'll talk to Renju about this.
Wow.
It was my misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
I thought that mothers love their children unconditionally. But some mothers just can't do that. Well, no. Maybe she does love her. But she has a hard time of it. Shoko was never hugged by her mother. Not because her mother wasn't around. She was raised to never develop a sensitivity to affection. No hugs, no piggyback rides, nothing. Maybe that's why she doesn't know how to love Mizuki. When an animal raised in captivity gives birth, sometimes it just doesn't know how to raise its young. It's just like that.
Wait, is that true? Okay. Mama is still polishing the bonito. What do you think?
Why are you asking me about raising a child,
Yeah, good point.
Really? You're not even going to say, "Oh no, Mama, you'd be a great mother."
No, you are... Probably? Maybe? Anyway. Did you lose weight?
I'm not going to let you set up a joke. Listen to Ren's story.
What time do you close tonight?
When you two are done talking, that's when I'll close up.
Sorry about this.
Okay, Renju. Renju is tilting his glass. I do feel bad about Shoko.
But that doesn't mean she's blameless in all this. Someone has to put a stop to it.
If I could have, I would have done it a long time ago.
What about counseling?
I did recommend that. She told me, "I'm not sick. Why should I go see a doctor? Mizuki is the problem. Mizuki is the sick one."
Okay. Maybe it's best if Mizuki and Shoko are separated.
No, Mizuki would never leave Shoko. She wouldn't hear of it. Mizuki and Shoko are practically attached at the hip.
Even with all of the hitting?
Yes. Even if she's abused on a daily basis, even if she's treated like garbage... Maybe. Mizuki is hungry for love. She craves praise and attention and physical affection. She wants it from her mother. That's why she's so attached.
Will you step in and take over the parenting?
I have a company now,
Lemniscate.
and we're at a crucial stage of development.
Oh,
I can't
It's
take
tough.
even a single second out of my day to deal with a kid.
this
Hey,
is
that's your
tough.
daughter you're talking about. Maybe because you two can't cooperate on raising a child, Shoko is having trouble coping.
That might be it. Maybe this is partially my fault.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say it. You two are both awful parents. I knew about the whole thing. That's why 4 years ago, I decided to start taking care of Mizuki. Mizuki, you did nothing wrong. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Not one single thing was your fault.
Oh, damn it. Wow. Well, at least we got the blood of the culprit. Let's go back to Abyss headquarters.
Date, a call from boss. Shall I connect you?
No, wait. If I take the call, Mizuki might ask questions.
Are you talking to yourself again? Do you need to go to the hospital?
Exactly.
I can put it on speaker.
Nice.
Date, are you with Mizuki right now?
Yes, what's up?
I need you to come to Abyss headquarters with Mizuki.
I was just heading there. Did something happen?
Yeah, the head office is here. They want to get information from Mizuki. We
Wait.
here at Abyss have her testimony, but the rest of the MPD wants to hear from her. They didn't get anything from her last time. They want to do an official questioning.
I don't think
The
it's a
order comes
good
straight from
idea.
the top. We don't have the power to say no. So, please.
You heard her.
I don't want to. I want to keep investigating.
There's nothing we can do. We can't fight the power of the state.
You are the power of the state.
Abyss is a toenail on the foot of the state. As far as they're concerned, we don't really do anything, and we don't have any say in what they do. And anytime we get too troublesome, they cut us off.
Why? Stupid Date.
Okay. Wait. That past case, wasn't it a national secret? Police headquarters, Tuesday, 3:57 p.m.
Sorry for the trouble.
Don't worry about it. I'm just a slave to you anyway.
Oh, come on. I don't treat you like a slave, do I? Just because I sometimes make you lick between my toes?
Ew, what?
I didn't lick anything.
Anyway, thanks, Date. And don't worry about Mizuki. I told HQ to take it easy.
Mizuki, just make sure you behave and listen.
It'll be over soon, don't worry. Besides that, Date, there's something I have to tell you. You have a message from one of the inspectors at the warehouse.
Yes.
He wants to give you some information in person at the warehouse.
Could he have...
The blood results?
I'll head over right away. Mizuki, you be a good girl, okay?
Ugh.
Jeez.
Okay, let's go back to the warehouse. 4:43 p.m.
Date, sorry to make you come all the way down here, but
Okay.
I have the results of the DNA analysis.
What did you find?
It's just like you said, there were two different blood signatures. One is definitely from Oda Matsushita. The other...
Huh?
Well, we got the results, but we
But
couldn't find any matches in our database.
That is not surprising. HQ does not have a complete record of everyone's DNA.
What now? What now?
Do not panic. I have a piece of information I think you should know.
What is it?
I have discovered a suspicious person at your 12 o'clock. 200 yards. He's looking this way.
Person?
wait. That? Zoom. So Sojima?
That's...
So Sejima.
So Sejima.
I don't believe it. His left leg.
Huh?
So Sejima! Stop! Damn it!
Wait, if So Sejima is the culprit,
It's him. So's the culprit.
Calm down. We cannot yet make that conclusion.
who killed him?
He was only dragging his left leg.
But he's been all over this case so far. Shoko and Renju are both in bed with the Kumakuras, and the Kumakuras know So. And not just that. We saw him in Iris's Somnium.
Still,
And he has no alibi. No alibi for Shoko, Renju, or the warehouse.
Date, calm down. The only thing we have so far is circumstantial evidence. We also do not have any established motive. Why would he kill Shoko and Renju? Why would he cut out Iris's eyeball?
Well,
However, I do agree that So is suspicious.
do you agree with me or not?
I am explaining to you that we currently do not have enough evidence to bring him in. Confronting him now would only result in him denying everything. We need direct evidence.
Direct evidence.
The criminal's blood from the cold storage warehouse. If the DNA matches So's,
Right. We need to get So's DNA.
the question is, how?
Yeah, how to do that? Where can we get So DNA? Is there nothing here? Kumakura office, So house, central office. We have the cigarette in here, but that's only the last time. We still don't know if he goes here again. So I think it's better if we go to his house.
If you went to his mansion, his DNA would be everywhere. But it will not be easy to get inside. He has hired bodyguards as well.
Kumakura office?
Hey, Aiba. Do you remember when we went to the Kumakura's office Sunday?
Of course. I am incapable of forgetting anything.
Then let me ask you a question. What was on the table in front of the sofa?
The cigarette butts. So was smoking those cigarettes.
It will be already cleaned up.
Exactly. And So's saliva might still be on the butts. If we have that, we have So's DNA.
Wait a moment. That was 2 days ago. The ashtray must have been emptied by now.
But there's a chance. We have to at least try.
I agree.
All right, let's head there.
It will be a miracle if the butt cigarette is still there. Tuesday, 5:34 p.m.
Hey, what are you doing here?
You fucking with us, old man?
Date, don't bother.
I know.
I approach the sofa without saying anything. I look at the ashtray on the table, but...
Hey, where are the cigarette butts that were in here?
Huh?
The cigarette butts, from when I was here a few days ago.
We threw them away, of course, dumbass.
Where, dumbass?
Why do you care about some cigarettes?
I need them for the investigation of the new Cyclops serial killings.
I see. Just last morning, I heard there was a new victim.
Yes.
I didn't watch it, but I heard something about it being streamed online.
Poor girl got one of her eyes cut out.
I know that, idiot.
Sorry.
And you're here for the investigation?
Yes.
So if I cooperate, you'll help you arrest this guy?
Correct.
All right. Look around as much as you want.
Huh?
Why
That
he
was easy.
suddenly want
You
to
said you were looking
cooperate?
for cigarette butts, right?
Yeah, the one So was smoking.
So Sajima. You think he did it?
No, nothing for sure yet.
Hey guys, Where's the cigarettes that were in here?
Probably in the trash in the back, boss.
Bring me the one that So was smoking.
Yes, sir.
Wow. The henchmen went into the back room. They soon came back with 4 cigarette butts in a plastic bag. I used disposable chopsticks to lay them out on the table. Wait, I
didn't touch
a
'em.
note in there.
I'm being considerate, I see. But why did you bring 4?
There were a couple of other cigarette butts in the bin.
I didn't know which one So smoked.
MoMA?
I don't remember.
But So's cigarette is definitely one of these?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Date, remember the brand that So was smoking?
Right. He was smoking.
Ramboro, Rookie, Lalamas. This one. I make a note. It is Klein cigarette.
Klein. I remember. So was smoking a Klein cigarette.
Correct.
I wrap the Klein cigarette butt in my handkerchief and pocket it.
Let's return to Abyss. Pewter should be able to get DNA from it.
Got it.
Looks like you found it.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Ah, this was nothing. Anything for Tessa.
Tessa?
Tessa?
Did you just say Tessa?
What are you talking about, you Neanderthal? I said anything for Tesseract.
That doesn't even make sense.
Shut up! If you're done here, get your ass going.
All right.
Wow.
Whatever you say.
She got a lot of fans. Tuesday, 6:45 p.m. Police headquarters.
I'm counting on you, Pewter.
You can leave it to me.
Pewter took the cigarette butt from me.
If the DNA on that cigarette butt matches the bloodstain in the warehouse,
there would be no doubt that So Sejima is our mysterious polar bear.
how long will it take to analyze?
If I had 6 hours...
You've got 3.
Oh, damn.
It's totally unreasonable. But I suppose I will do my best to have this analyzed in 3 hours.
You folded pretty easily on that one.
I want to catch the criminal as soon as possible. That's all. Now, because time is of the essence, excuse me.
Okay. What next?
How is Mizuki, by the way?
They finished questioning her. I had one of the officers take her home. She should be there by now.
Good.
Okay.
So Sejima. I can't believe it, of all people.
We don't know that for sure yet.
But you saw that his leg was injured, right? It's pretty damning evidence.
Don't be too hasty, boss.
You were saying the same thing earlier.
Anyway, let's wait for the results. That will clear everything up.
Yeah, you're right. I hope this won't be trouble.
Trouble?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
What's going on here? Tuesday, 9:26 p.m.
Pewter, is it true? The results are in?
Yes, the DNA I collected from the cigarette butt is a positive match to the bloodstain from the warehouse.
Really?
So it is
It was So all
Sosejima.
along. He was the polar bear. He carved out Iris's eye and stabbed Oda. And probably killed Renju and Shoko.
Making So Sejima the new Cyclops killer.
Thank you, Pewter.
Don't thank me yet. Hurry up and get So.
Yeah, you're right.
I turn around and make my way to the exit. But right when I was about to open the door, it was open from the other side.
Boss. Boss, listen. The blood stain in the cold storage warehouse.
I know. I got a report from Pewter.
Well, then you already know. I'm heading there right now.
Heading where?
Where else? To So's house.
Date, I'm sorry, but you can't do that.
What?
I can't
What?
let you get So.
Boss, I don't understand.
This comes from the top. So and the head office have been tight-knit for 20 years now. They can't go against So's wishes. It's corruption and bribes to be sure, but there's also some kind of blackmail.
Blackmail?
So knows something. Something that the public can never know. If that secret got out, the authority of law would be thrown into question, and the entire police force would be at risk.
So has something on HQ?
Yes, almost certainly. That's why I can't let you go. Do you understand?
Hell no.
I see. Then I'm sorry, but I have no choice but to take you off this case.
Hey, boss, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? You gotta be kidding me!
I had enough. I pushed past boss and left the room. I walked with confident stride down the hall with no hesitation. I had made up my mind. I was going to show Sejima Mansion. I got into my car, turned the key, and slammed my foot on the gas.
Date, are you sure you want to do this? You still have a chance to turn around. If you put your hands on So, you will never be able to return to Abyss.
I don't care. I don't want to work for a rotten organization in the pocket of some politician. When this is over, I'll open a restaurant in Okinawa or something.
Wait!
Oh, should I make it a soba place instead?
That's not what I mean. You have a video message.
What?
Video?
Look!
Mizuki! Shit!
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Data residence. Where is he?
Mizuki! Mizuki! Where are you?
What?
Don't worry, I'll find you.
There is only one page. It's in the
Date,
speaker.
The hollow space in the speaker. Perhaps Mizuki is in there.
But why she in there? Yes, she is in there.
Date, hurry! Help her!
I know.
Okay. Why put her in there?
Are you okay?
That hurt, idiot! Pull it off more gently. You're late, by the way. I was about to suffocate, just so you know. This is so typical. You're never there when you need to be. Just like 6 months ago, I was about to miss the bus and you...
Actually, stay like that for a while. Huh?
Halt your
Don't believe
investigation.
this.
Okay, let's... Are you okay?
Not hurt. My mouth stings a little. Thanks to you ripping the tape off my face. If I get fat lips from this, I'm gonna make you pay for cosmetic surgery.
Don't girls want bigger lips, though?
Who did this?
3 men. The doorbell rang and they said they were delivery men. I thought you had bought another one of your weird videos or something, so I opened the door. And they sprayed me with tear gas.
Did you see their faces?
No, they were all wearing masks.
It is probable that they are working for So. They may be his bodyguards or hired thugs.
It just makes me so mad. If they didn't get the jump on me, I would have... Pow! Bang! Bam! Wham!
Mizuki, I have just one thing to say. Never in my life have I bought any weird videos.
That's what you wanted to say?
We know who the culprit is.
What?
We identified the person inside the polar bear.
The man who tried to kill Iris and Ota?
Yes. And also, the man who killed your parents.
Wait, we still don't know that. We still don't know about that.
Who?
Congressman So Tsujima.
So?
Do you know him?
Kinda. I've seen him on TV before. But why?
I don't know why yet. But it was definitely his blood at the cold storage warehouse.
I can't believe it. I'll never forgive him. I'll get him for this.
So what are we gonna do now? I'm going to So right now.
Mizuki, I'm going to So's house now.
Are you leaving me behind again?
No, not anymore. Even if I tried to leave you behind, you'd still come with me, wouldn't you? So are you ready?
What should I be prepared for?
So's bodyguards will be armed. It might get messy.
Bring it. I'll put them in the ground.
Don't kill them. We need him alive, and I need you to stay safe. Can you do that?
Always.
Always?
Occasionally.
Occasionally?
Anyway. Date, you have to understand. He killed my parents. I saw their bodies with my own eyes. If I turn back now, I'll go crazy.
I know. You don't have to say it.
Let's go.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. And now what's going to happen? So, Sejima Residence, Tuesday, 11:10 p.m. This is the time.
Thanks for the warm welcome. I came for So. Please, take me to him.
What are you talking about? He's sleeping and not taking any visitors. Go home.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I'm coming in.
I took one step. And then I felt a shock ripple through my stomach. It was a fish screwing into my gut.
I've always wanted to see this line. Nice punch.
Well, let me use a line too. This is the end for you, chump. Sejima's orders, nothing personal.
That's what I thought.
Huh?
You're so predictable.
What?
Easy.
Nope. We're not even close to done yet. Look.
Wow, there's a lot of them.
Bring it on. Let's do this.
And why do they look the same?
Kill them.
Got it. I'll take care care of these guys. You get those, Date.
Are you okay?
Shouldn't you worry more about yourself, old man?
Jeez.
They using gun, but they run?
Off.
Seriously? Wow. So what happened next?
It's dark. I can barely see.
There are numerous hostiles. Too many for you and your evolver to combat effectively.
So what's the plan?
Let's see.
Okay, what it's doing?
Date, the island in the middle of the pond. Do you remember it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Your favorite thing is on that island.
My favorite thing.
A porno magazine.
Oh.
What?
Wait, X? What X? Wait. I pushed the X button.
Take him out! Yes, sir!
What is X button in here?
No! Date! Date! Date!
Retry? Yes. I pushed the X. Why it's not working?
Date,
What?
Whoa! Okay, what is X? What is X?
Take him out! Yes, sir!
Wait. Guide. X is map. I never press X. I think this is not working. Like reset camera, special right special mode on, left special mode. What is this? Control, holding skip, message log, auto, cancel, select investigate, free caster option. I think the only way is just try. Let's try all the button. X, C, Z key, tab, enter. Not working. Okay, let me search the internet first. Somnium files X button not working. So basically I'm having a problem with the button prompt segment. On some of them, you have to press the button repeatedly until it completes. It is. Okay, let's try again. Oh, oh, you need to keep pushing that.
Whoa! Porno mag!
Huh? Where'd the porn go?
Okay, what else next? Now.
Date, load evolver with wire bullets.
What am I shooting at?
Above us.
Above?
Above us? Why?
No time to explain, just do it!
How many bullets he have? Okay.
What was that? That's supposed to be a warning shot or something? Now throw us the gun. Come quiet.
Date, do as I told you!
Don't you mean surrender?
Do it! Do it or we die!
X1 is bottom. Wait.
Get them!
Oh, he want to use the lightning?
What do you mean?
Just watch. You will see in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
And they all die. I collect my evolver from the pond. It's still working?
You lied to me again.
I have already explained this to you. If you hear the words porno magazine, your reaction speed increases by a factor of 3.6. A rather convenient function of yours. Why wouldn't I take advantage of it?
Damn it. How did you know about the lightning?
Satellite imagery, atmospheric conditions, and other factors. However, I predicted the lightning would fall elsewhere. So I had you launch wire bullets to direct the lightning to the pond.
At least it's working.
Anyway, where's Mizuki?
I will scan for her.
Mizuki!
Where is he?
Wait for me! I'm coming!
I sprint through the rain-soaked garden into the mansion. Wait. Not here.
Date, I detect trace amounts of capsaicin in the air.
What is capsaicin?
Mizuki appears to have been sprayed with tear gas.
No.
Not this room. Oh no. Not this one either. I can't find Mizuki anywhere.
This is...
Mizuki's metal pipe.
That's you, isn't it? I can see you clearly from here.
What?
One more step, you will be killing this child.
He is taking Mizuki hostage.
It's simple. Go home, Date. If you do, this girl lives.
Shit!
Date, look around. Mizuki must be nearby.
Yeah, use X-ray.
Have you looked on the other side of the sliding door?
Not yet, but I know there's another room back there.
Oh damn.
There she is. Mizuki!
That is So holding her.
Son of a bitch is using her as a shield. Why isn't Mizuki fighting back?
She does not appear to be conscious. I cannot determine why. But she is breathing. She is alive.
I have to do something.
Wait, don't move. Remember what So told you.
That he can see us somehow.
There may be a sensor or something similar in this room.
Or I could just shoot him in the head.
I would stop that line of thinking. If you shoot now, there is a high chance he will hit Mizuki.
Then what am I supposed to do?
Let me think.
Okay, we're using this again. Wait, what? We are...
Date, load Evolver with spherical bullets.
What's spherical
Then,
bullet?
pick up that metal pipe on the floor.
Okay. I did as Aiba instruct, moving carefully to not draw suspicion.
You need to do two things. First, throw the metal pipe toward the southwest corner of the room. Then, immediately shoot a spherical bullet at the pipe. No questions, there is no time to explain.
You sure this will work?
If you time it correctly, yes. My calculations are never wrong.
Okay, time to do
Are
it.
you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go!
Okay, now what? It's aiming. Ooh. Wait, is shooting from there? Really? Really?
Mizuki! Mizuki!
Dante!
No!
Mizuki, move!
What?
This thing. What do I do? Mizuki. Protect Mizuki. So it's using Mizuki body as a shield.
Damn it.
Oh no. That is the one that died. Wait.
Pathetic. Killed by your own father. By the way, do you like fireworks?
Wait. Father?
Let me show you the most beautiful firework you'll ever see. But don't blink. It'll only be a flash.
Lighting, the light aren't on. What else? Shoot?
How do you like these fireworks?
What?
I just want to go to the cabaret club.
What?
Okay.
What? What did you say? Hey, quit fooling around. Come on. Date, get up. Hey. Hey. Date. Date. Date!
Okay. Is this the best or not? Day 6, Wednesday. PI.
I know even the best of us can be taken out of commission by a simple cold. But I always thought Date was above that somehow. Like a hero.
A hero?
Heroes are supposed to be invincible. Even if the odds are stacked against them, something miraculous happens to save them. That's what I thought would happen to Date. But instead, here he is.
You make it sound like he's dead.
Right. Sorry.
Date has an artificial eyeball called an AI ball in his left eye socket. That's exactly where So shot him. So it acted like a kind of shield. Because of that, the bullet didn't go through his brain. It saved Date's life. The surgery to remove the bullet was successful, and now all we have to do is wait until Date wakes up. That's what was supposed to happen anyway. But instead...
Instead, the boss is staring at Date's face. She looks sad. About Date's condition.
It's strange, isn't it? The surgery was successful. No EEG abnormalities.
But he still hasn't woken up.
I think I might know why, but if I'm right, it's nothing any of this medical equipment can fix. The problem lies in his soul.
His soul?
Something's going on in his consciousness.
So we sighing with him? But eyeball.
Oh, that's Aiba.
Aiba?
Yeah, Date's partner. You saw him talk to himself sometimes, right?
More like all the time.
That was him talking to Aiba.
Oh.
About Date punishment.
Don't worry about that. It's true that Date disobeyed direct orders, but that order basically came from So himself. And he's not gonna be a problem anymore, is he? Date won't get reprimanded for this.
Oh, good.
So also no longer has his hooks in the MPD. We can finally resume the investigation properly.
Look. Date is lying on the bed. Idiot.
Idiot?
No answer. Stupid?
Stupid.
Still no answer. Perverted old man.
Perverted old man.
No response. Okay, about the new Cyclops serial killer.
All the evidence points to So Sejima. Thanks to Date, I think we can finally close this case. There might even be a promotion waiting for him after this.
So Sejima is the one in the warehouse. We know that. But So Sejima also killed in the first route. By who? What Date saw?
He's lost somewhere in his own mind.
Lost?
He doesn't know the way back. Sinking over and over can have this effect.
How can he find his way back again?
Only one way I can think of. Maybe...
Paging Ms. Shizue Kuranushi. Shizue Kuranushi. Please come to the nurse's station.
Looks like I gotta go. I'll be back as soon as I can.
What?
While I'm gone, keep talking to Date, okay? You might give him a reason to wake up. See you.
Talk to him. Huh.
Oh, that's the door. TV. I remember that I would wake up at late at night to watch this one show. It was just a girl running toward the camera in slow motion. I didn't get it at all. I wonder if they still have that show. What show is that? Bedside table. No rhyming. I'm making myself sad. Okay. A bed with my pet lying on it. That was like a pet cat to me. That's not funny. Date. Shizue Kuranushi.
Boss's real name is Shizue Kuranushi. Shizue Kuranushi. It doesn't fit her at all. Don't you think so, Date? Please, Date? Laugh about it with me.
Wake up.
Date. Wake up. Come on, wake up. Okay, big brother. You gotta wake up now. You'll be late for school. That's what you want to hear, right, Date? You want to be called Big Brother, don't you? I know you do. I've seen the anime that you watch. Hey, say something. Talk back to me like you always do. Argue with me. Tell me that you have good taste in anime. Date. It's not fun if you don't say anything.
You're so stupid.
Hey, Date. You're so stupid. You know that? Grade A, first class, king of the idiots. Why did you protect me? It was my own fault. I went into the mansion by myself, and then got tear gas sprayed at me by So. He hit me in the back of the head and I blacked out. This was all my fault. Everything I did was a mistake. But you came to save me. You made me look like an idiot, you know. Oh, wait a minute. I get it. You wanted to scold me, right? After saving me, you're never gonna let me hear the end of it. You suck, Date. Big, stupid jerk.
Wait. Okay, speak honestly.
Okay, since we're alone, I'll be honest with you. Earlier, Boss said that you were like a hero, right? I think so too. Deep down, you're a hero to me.
Dot.
You raised me since I was 8. Even when times were hard or you were depressed, you were there for me.
Dot.
The past few days, too. After Mom and Daddy, I was trying to act like it didn't bother me, but really, I was just holding it inside. Staying quiet. Pushing my feelings down. And I just took it. I forced myself to be happy. But inside, it hurt so bad. Like I wanted to die. Sad and afraid and alone. My heart was about to break. But because you were there, I was able to fight it. You being there helped me be myself. But if you're gone, Date,
Oh, come on. Wake up, Date. Wake up.
Hey, Date, wake up. Come on, wake up! What happened to your promise? You can't tell me you forgot. You promised, Date. We're supposed to eat unagi. Are you gonna break your promise? You're not gonna take me? That's not fair, Date. You liar. And God's a liar, too. I prayed at the shrine. I prayed that you wouldn't get hurt, but...
Do you want to save Date?
Yes?
Then I'll finish my thought from earlier. There's one way we can bring back Date. Someone has to sink into his brain and guide him home.
Someone?
Mizuki, I need a favor.
Huh?
You synced with Date once before, right? Your synchronization levels were extremely high. You two are compatible for syncing. No one is more qualified than you. Please, please save Date.
Okay. I'll try.
Police headquarters, Wednesday, 3:47 p.m.
Mizuki, remember, timing is 6 minutes. Do not, under any circumstances, stay longer.
So annoying. You told me 1,000 times.
All right.
Mizuki, we're counting on you.
Leave it to me. Date, hold on. I'll bring you back, I promise.
Are you ready, Mizuki? Then, let's begin.
Okay, this is for saving Date. I think at this part, the Cyclops mystery is done for now. Wait, why she show up by herself?
But it's in black and white. Is this what's inside Date's heart?
It's different than
where are you
Date.
hiding? Date.
There's one thing in there.
Huh? There's color over there.
5. Sensing in the captain. AI. Bring back Date Heart. Date Heart is lost. To bring him back, I need to tell him my true feelings. But that is for next time. I need to sleep. Guys, thank you for being here. See you again next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.